The sky fell. The sky fell. Well, what didn't happen? It actually didn't fall. We had a massive correction within just a few hours. That was a total of 8%, but our full-blown correction since the top of this guy has been around 18%. And if we zoom out, we are still in a upward trajectory. If I can say that name right, that word right, trajectory. Anyway, we are above $62,000, and the next price target, I'm just going to give it to you right here, is roughly around 62,500 or so. We'll be in the top of this range here. And truthfully, we could see this sucker on the daily and even the weekly break above and go to 65 to then that 70-ish range. The 70-ish is going to be harder for it to break, but we have not lost the support of around 56 or so. And my point being that in a bull market, okay, we normally see corrections that are 30 to 40% like we have in the past. So back in March, we had a 22%. Then in May of last year, we had a 20%. And then August, September, we had a 22%. And here recently at the beginning of the year, we had a 21%. And here's a 23%. And here's just an 18%. Okay, so this is normal for Bitcoin. So put your panties, get them out of a twist, and just hold on for dear life. As my sign in the back says, we are headed for some volatile times. And if you can hold out and buy the dip, this is actually a pretty good time, because Ethereum is, it may have a small correction here on the 4-hour, because it's definitely finding resistance here. And at the top of this move, we have a hammer candle. It's kind of turning into a hanging man candle. And so therefore that is a sign of rejection. But we could bounce back off that 3,700 again and find new support. But currently, where's my drawing? Currently, this guy held together and we saw a bounce. Okay, now the question is, now that we're here, can we see another bounce up to 3,600 or so? I've got a trade open currently, and I want to see if we'll get to 3,600. I'll probably start having a take profit there. So I want to see what happens here. I could be wrong, and if we fall below this area of support, then I'm wrong, and I need to get out of the trade, because we could be falling lower. But here currently, again, on the RSI, this guy dropped down, and that's on the 4-hour. On the daily, we got into bear territory. Anything under 50 is something that you kind of want to short. And you see this falling wedge that I had, and it bounced up. Well, what do we have again? Okay, I guess this could be somewhat of a descending triangle, but it's just a channel. So this is somewhat of the same deal that we just had, that we could bounce up, boom, and then continue to skyrocket. For this guy, okay, so this guy got close to the breakout of what it was supposed to be, right? So if this happens yet again, where could we see this breaking out to? We could see this guy breaking out and getting right back to the resistance of close to that $4,000 range, right? So that is somewhat what I'm looking for, and we'll see if it happens. But currently, zooming out, this guy is going up, okay? When we zoom in, it looks scary, but zooming out, it looks decent. And we're nowhere near on Ethereum being down here to oversold on the RSI. Everything is looking good. That ETF is coming out. Yeah, the whole news about Mt. Gox releasing a bunch of Bitcoin that was originally lost, people have selling pressure, okay? And if I Look at the stock market. It is up. Look at this. Stock market is doing great, right? Stock market is entering on the weekly as being oversold. It might need a bounce to the downside. On the 4 hour, it's looking decent. So I don't understand why people are freaking out. So this is Johnny Crypto here to help you guys make some money. Buy the freaking dips, okay? Should I even look at GameStop? Should I even dare to look at GME to see what's going on? I haven't even looked. Look at these spikes. I don't know why this looks so funny to me. I know. I'm sorry to be the haters to everyone on GameStop here. It looks like I've looked at this a while ago. Oh, look at that line. Ouch. Ouch. Well, it is broken out, right? It is broken out of this falling triangle, and realistically, we saw a decent bounce from here. Boom. That was close. That was close to where it got to. It just instantly has tanked. I have no faith in this guy whatsoever. Unfortunately, GameStop fundamentally is not a buy whatsoever. But, you know, if people can stay solvent, I mean, at least the consensus can be crazy when it comes to these type of things where it makes no sense whatsoever. And that's exactly what this is here. So I encourage people for the bounce to, you know, we're bouncing off of support here or holding support. If there is another decent bounce, don't expect this sucker to head back up to over $100. I don't see it happening. If we get any sort of a bounce, that's when I would definitely be selling.